All right, so it's time to be 100% real. And after owning Tesla Cybertrucks for over a year, there's one thing that really just, it's by far the worst thing about Tesla Cybertrucks. No joke at all. After this happened to me, I was like, man, are you kidding me? Yo, welcome back to the channel. You could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me, and I appreciate every single one of you because, you know, I've been on a journey with the Tesla Cybertruck. It is an amazing vehicle. I love it. I love this truck. There's things about it that are absolutely unbelievable, things that are amazing, things that you've all heard about. But there's also a lot of problems with this truck. And there's one that can be fixed and solved by Tesla. But it's unbelievable to me, and it didn't really hit me until a couple weeks ago, and I'm gonna break it down for you. And this is my second Cybertruck, and I know a lot of you think that, you know, this truck is ugly, right? And you know, you might be thinking the problems are something like the stainless steel being hard to keep clean, the fingerprints galore, right? That might be something you're thinking it is, and it's not that. I mean, if you're getting a Cybertruck, that's to be expected. It's gonna get dirty. It's gonna get messed up. It's gonna get fingerprints. It's gonna get staining, unless you put a wrap on it. You put a wrap on it, you can alleviate that. But that's something that you can expect to happen to it. And so the next thing you might be thinking is, it has to be the recalls and the problems. Well, if you follow my channel at all, you know that this is my second Cybertruck. My first one had tons of problems. I mean, all kinds of things breaking, falling apart. The tailgate wouldn't close, then it wouldn't open, then it would stay closed, then it would stay open. I've had so many issues with my first Cybertruck. It was absolutely unbelievable. So Tesla repurchased it, and they didn't even hesitate. They say, you know what, we'll buy it back from you. And you know, now that I have this second Cybertruck, this one is a non-foundation series, a little later VIN, it's in the 40,000s. I haven't had nearly as many problems. A couple things here and there that they're fixing, but there are still recalls. There's still recalls on the Tesla Cybertruck, and there's a lot of them. And some things can be fixed over the air, some things can't. You have to take them in. But no, though, that's not the worst part about the Cybertruck. I mean, not things like I had to change the rear view mirror to make it a digital mirror with a camera with my own money. I have to put the seat cover down because the wear and tear on the actual seat is terrible. It happened on my original one, and I've seen other people talk about it. So yeah, I put this down. Things that you might be thinking you shouldn't have to do. I put this protective armrest cover on because I'm worried about it getting damaged from my other Teslas. I'm not talking about stuff like that, right? And for you, those might be deal breakers, but I'm not talking about that. There's something else, even a bigger deal. And it's not even a range, because some of you, when your Tesla Cybertruck was announced, when it was originally announced, people said 500 miles of range. Yes, I want that. I need that. And that didn't happen. For me, I wanted the dual motor, and they said 300 plus, and I'm getting 300 plus with this when I'm at 100%. And again, that's another Tesla thing. We know that Tesla originally talked about having a range extender that you could pay $16,000 for to get, that will go in your bed, and it will give you more range, closer to that 500. I think they said around 450 miles of range, something like that. But that was an additional $16,000. People put down a $500 deposit to hold that. But last week, they canceled it. They said it's no longer happening. And there's lots of speculation why that is. One, because Cybertrucks aren't selling. And they said it's gonna be too expensive and not worth it for them to make it. But that's all speculation. They never really said why. And they are refunding people. I wasn't in that boat. I didn't want that. I didn't need that. I have enough range for me. So that wasn't it. But that might be the worst problem for some of you. And of course, you know, the negative attention that Tesla gets, whether it's because of Elon, because of the way the Cybertruck looks, those things all factor in. And honestly, personally, I have not seen or faced any negativity, or I missed it. I didn't pay attention to it. Maybe I missed it. I don't know. I haven't, but I've heard of a lot of people. Well, I actually know people who have experienced negativity towards them because of their Tesla Cybertruck. And I mean, that's unfortunate. That sucks. But I don't care. Like I said, I haven't seen anything, so that's not even the worst part for me. I'm going to tell you what the worst part is. You may agree with me. You may disagree with me. But let me tell you why this is a problem, because this is something that was unexpected. Something that I did not anticipate happening at all, and many people did not anticipate happening. And it sucks. Just straight up, it sucks. So, as, you know, an early adopter, all Foundation Series owners got full self-driving. Well, we were promised to have full self-driving. And it took a while for it to come. Maybe 6-7 months of me owning it. I went without full self-driving because they needed more data or whatever, right? They needed more data to roll it out, and it finally got rolled out. And all the Foundation Series owners have full self-driving. We're using it. It's a little weird. It's a little wonky. It's a bigger vehicle. It has steer-by-wire. It has rear wheel steering. And it's a lot bigger and heavier than the other Tesla. So, yeah, it's a little different. The full self-driving will hug the left, lane a little bit. It's just weird, and it's different, and there's not that many Cybertrucks out there, so the data is not where it needs to be. The calibration is not where it needs to be. Whatever. So we get it 6, 7, 8 months later, and it's doing a good enough job. So, and we don't get actual smart summon. We don't get auto park. We don't get a lot of the other features that the other Teslas have. So I told you my first Cybertruck was repurchased by Tesla, and I went and bought another one, a second one, this one right here. And this one was a non-Foundation Series. So I saved $20,000, but a part of that was I no longer have the $8,000 full self-driving. And I said, okay, no big deal. I'll subscribe when I want it and, go from there. So here's what happened. When I got it, Tesla offered a free month of full self-driving. I'm like, cool, perfect. That's very nice. And then towards the end of that free month, they rolled out another 3-month trial for full self-driving. I'm like, cool, all right, I get full self-driving. 2 weeks ago, my full self-driving trial expired. Okay, I'm like, all right, no big deal, and I commute about 20 miles a day to work on the freeway. And I'm like, okay, you know what? I'll just use autopilot. There's no autopilot. The worst part about the Tesla Cybertruck is there's no standard autopilot like all the other Teslas have. Every other Tesla has autopilot, which means on the highway and on some, roads, if you don't turn a lot, you can use it on the regular street. Autopilot it accelerates, it slows down, it brakes for you, right? Like cruise control. But the killer feature is it has lane keep. So it stays in your lane for you. And I had autopilot on all my other Teslas. And it's a great feature. Like, you don't need full self-driving. If you're on the highway a lot, you can use standard autopilot. And that was a killer feature for Teslas. The autonomous features. And that's a basic thing, basic autopilot. And I'm like, okay, no big deal. I don't have full self-driving anymore. When I do like driving the Cybertruck. It's a great vehicle to drive. It's fun to drive. But when I'm on a highway and I'm going to LA to visit my mom and my family, I want to use autopilot. I want to click the button, and I want it to slow down for me. I want it to stop for me. I want it to stay in the lane. If I need to change lanes, no big deal. I'll signal. I'll get over, right? And I'll engage autopilot again. It makes driving a much better experience without paying for full self-driving. So, it does not have that. And I will show you what it does have. It has regular cruise control. And some of you, and I actually know somebody, I know a Cybertruck owner who's happy with that. He said, cruise control is great for me. I don't mind that at all. And that's cool, right, for him. But I want to not worry about staying in my lane. That's why I bought a Tesla. And you have a high-end Tesla, an expensive Tesla, you better have basic autopilot. And I'm like, okay, maybe it's rolling out. It's coming later, no big deal. But here's the big problem. The worst part is I got an email from Tesla that says, okay, hey, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna give you a year free trial of full self-driving. And I was like, cool, perfect. Because I was struggling on the freeway like I am right now. Right? I was struggling on the freeway to, you know, make it to work and back. And I didn't want to drive this to LA because of that. So look, I'm gonna engage it right now. So I engaged cruise control. And there's nothing that really tells you it's in cruise control. I don't see it. I heard it. I don't even see anything. But right now it's going 69 miles per hour. And I have to keep my hands on the wheel. These might be first world problems to some people. But what I'm telling you is all the other Teslas have it. And it's a Tesla feature. Right? So anyway, I get that year free trial. And I'm like, perfect. That's cool. But when you read the whole email, here's what they say. I'm going to take my hands off the wheel for a minute. Let's see what happens. Starting to creep over. Starting to creep over. Starting to creep over. Oh, heck no. See, I'm in another lane. So I always have to man it. Like I said, it's not the worst thing, but it doesn't make me happy because after reading that email, the email says that the Tesla Cybertruck will not get autopilot. Yes, you heard me correctly. They even changed the language on the website. When they talk about basic autopilot, they talk about the Model S, X, 3, and Y will get it. No mention of the Cybertruck anymore. So that, for me, is the worst thing that can happen because I love basic autopilot. Now I feel almost forced to use full self-driving. And some people think they give you that year so that we can get more data, more information, more Cybertruck owners. Man, my audio died, so anyway, that shows you the struggle of, you know, once I lost basic autopilot, all hell broke loose. Anything's possible now. Everything's falling apart. So anyway, hopefully the audio isn't too bad, but they said they're offering that 1 year free trial to get more data. And hopefully that more data will allow them to release basic autopilot. But I'm also reading and hearing different things that basic autopilot is a completely different program, completely different stack, and they can't just take the info from full self-driving and apply it to basic autopilot. I'm hearing so many things. But if that's not the case, why would they remove that information from the website? Why would they do that? Why would they just say Cybertruck is not getting autopilot anymore? And that concerns me. Honestly, that bothers me a lot. It almost makes me feel like I need to subscribe $99 a month for full self-driving. And I understand if you got the Foundation series, then you're not worried about it because you have full self-driving. But still, I spent $80K on the non-Foundation series, and I don't have that. So hopefully things work out. I mean, we'll find out a year. A lot can happen in a year. Maybe in that year things will change. Hopefully they do. But as of right now, I am not very happy with the Cybertruck. Maybe that year will make me feel better. Maybe after a year I won't mind subscribing. Maybe after a year they will offer basic autopilot. But just to keep it real with everybody, I was pretty bummed when I found that out. Hey, thanks for watching. I appreciate every single one of you. And don't forget, Cobra told ya. All right, y'all.